The movie begins in the 14th century with soldiers chasing a monster that emerges from a woman's body. Currently, she is suspended in the air, appearing to have been shot previously with arrows. A soldier takes a sling, but it hits a force field. The monster uses its tentacles to kill the soldiers one by one. Suddenly, a bright light in the sky opens, and a car passes through. An AI robot named Thunder, possessing shape-shifting abilities, goes out to scan the woman's body. It indicates that a prisoner has escaped from the host. We see a person in advanced armor, Guard, and Thunder, who are revealed to be aliens from another planet trying to capture a prisoner that escaped from the floating woman. The prisoner enters the woman and tries to attack Guard, but he eventually succeeds in extracting the alien from its host. The woman is badly injured, and her dying wish is for Guard to save her baby, but Guard insists that he does not meddle in the affairs of humans. He uses a blade to open the portal to get back and removes the armor, revealing his human form. Thunder's shape shifts into Guard's look-alike, but more stylish, and insists that they carry the baby with them, but Guard orders him not to. They both enter the car and drive to the present, where they live in an abandoned barn. Guard puts the prisoner, along with 7 others that recently escaped, in a wall full of lights. Guard suddenly hears crying and discovers that it was the baby Thunder brought along. He utterly blames Thunder, but Thunder convinces him that they could use her to blend in with humans. Guard goes to the car to communicate with his planet and learns that humans are more complicated than they thought, as they can sometimes detect the prisoners in their bodies. It is also communicated that the next prisoner's ship would arrive on Earth in the next 10 years. Guard is stuck on Earth till then. We go back to the 14th century, 10 years after the escape took place. We see a young man named Muric. Although witty and full of himself, he belongs to a clan of magical warriors. While he demonstrates magic for the people, a messenger gives news of 3 thieves who entered the village and are on the run. Muric goes to bring the 3 criminals to justice. 2 Dosa soldiers beat him to it and violently instructs him to leave. Muric uses his fan to summon 2 cats, and they attack and shape-shift into humans. Muric uses a special technique to send the Dosa soldiers flying in the air. He brings the thieves to justice and collects the bounty worth 20 PL. He sees another bounty for a divine blade worth 2000 PL. Determined to find the blade, he has to visit a prisoner to get info. Muric pretends to be the son of the prisoner and visits the prison along with his 2 shape-shifted cats, giving the warder some treats and stealing the key in the process. The prisoner, Dog Turd, is skeptical to give the information about the blade but shows him the keys to his cell, and Dog Turd spills the information immediately as he explains that the knife was found by fishermen and bought by Master Hyun of the Yellow Mountains. Dog Turd warns Muric to be careful as Master Hyun is the nation's greatest dosa. Muric replies that he is a dosa too. The next morning, while on a walk, Muric's shape-shifted cats, Right Paw and Left Paw, they tell Muric that he claims he is a dosa but they have never seen him train. He explains that there are 2 types of training, daily effort and sudden enlightenment, of which he belongs to the latter. Right Paw and Left Paw spot a man in odd dress. The trio makes it to a bar and asks for Master Hyun. An old man sitting at a table asks him if he wants to sell the fan, but Muric tells him that it is too precious to be sold. The old man asks if he stole it, to which Muric takes offense and talks out of disrespect to the old man. A soldier tries to question him, but he throws the soldier in the air, but the old man makes him land softly. It is revealed that the old man is Master Hyun. He immediately paralyzes Muric with a technique, while he goes for a meeting upstairs. Muric sees a tentacle come out through the walls as stabbed Master Hyun throws the divine blade out of the window. The man in the suit whom they had seen earlier emerges and pursues the blade's thief, Dog Turd. As Muric gets to Master Hyun, he is told to stay out of it as he dies off. Muric immediately joins the chase. The man in the suit brings out his tentacles to catch Dog Turd as he falls. Muric shows up and immediately uses his air tricks to slam him to the wall. But he wakes and beats up Muric, leaving him knocked out for hours. It's dark, and Right Paw and Left Paw discover Muric unconscious and stuck to the wall, waking him with smacks. When they look between the fence, they see a spaceship glowing, and a girl in a red dress runs away. Back in the present, Guard goes to school as a father to pick up the baby girl Thunder rescued, Een, who is now grown up. She maintains spontaneity and curiosity. As Guard is invited to the principal's office, he is told that his daughter Een reported to the police that her father is an alien who stole her when she was a baby. They all find it not so alarming. While Guard drives Een home, she puts a phone to record conversations and listens to Guard and Thunder's conversation. A message was passed that 107 prisoners would be delivered in 18 hours, and they are trying to locate 107 hosts. At night, she goes to the vehicle and opens a pocket where Guard keeps prisoners. She is about to touch it when Thunder closes it. He explains that they come from a planet a million miles away. While engrossed in the conversation, Thunder unknowingly divulges the location where the prisoners would be delivered. The next morning, Ian rides a bike to the hospital, which is the location where the prisoners would be deposited. She films everything and bumps into a police officer, who tells her that if she records anything out of the ordinary, she could call him. While recording, the skies look like smoke is concentrated as a spaceship emerges and shoots down metal. The metal transforms into a giant diamond substance. A lady is trying to touch it as it opens up and shows tentacles that pierce through the necks of the people in the hospital. One by one, it transfers the prisoner to the host. Ian manages to dodge the tentacles as she sees Guard and runs out. The tentacles suddenly release, and they all carry out their activities as if nothing happened. Back in the 14th century, Muric tries to gather details of this tentacled man in a suit. Muric sees paintings of alien creatures and thinks that the man must be truly crazy. Meanwhile, two sorcerers, Madame Black and Mr. Blue, go to the secret temple to investigate who the leader of the temple is, believing that he is a scoundrel. They are before the leader, masked, as they try to sell him artifacts. It seems he is not interested. The sorcerers bring up the fact that they have heard of the blade. The leader pays rapt attention and says that he would assist the sorcerers in the quest to get the blade in a nearby northern village. Muric gets info on where the blade is, and he hijacks the convoy of the groom who was supposed to marry the daughter of the chief of the northern village that day. Muric reaches the northern village disguised as a bride, and as he exchanges pleasantries, he goes into the room of his bride-to-be and sees a beautiful girl. He asks if they had met before, and she replies, "Hardly." Muric discovers a gun, and she tells him that small things should not distract him. It seems they came on the same mission to find the blade. While the two were looking for the blade, unaware that they were imposters of the bride and groom, suddenly, the two sorcerers and the leader of the secret temple arrived at the northern village, putting all the people under siege. When Muric comes back into the room, he realizes that his imposter bride drugged him to sleep off. The imposter bride is revealed to be Ian, who is currently a young adult. She fights her way out, taking out the secret temple soldiers one by one and extracting the blade. The sorcerers attempted to retrieve the blade from her, but she sure showed them who is boss. The leader of the secret temple knocks out Ian and retrieves the blade. In the present, Guard is being questioned by Ian. She asks what happened in the hospital. Thunder, in his shape-shifted form, tells Ian how they have been putting prisoners in the minds of humans for centuries so that when the human dies, the prisoner dies with them, and that is their punishment. She disagrees and tells them that humans were not given a choice as it is wrong for them to look down on humans. Guard explains that he is only on Earth to prevent an outbreak. In a police station, the officer that Ian encountered earlier in the hospital is having a bad day at work and having several hallucinations. He kills a group of suspects for crimes committed. In the next scene, we see a spaceship headed for Earth. Thunder raises an alarm to warn Guard. He takes Ian with him as the car transforms into an aircraft. In a building, the police officer sees a weird creature looking like an alien and runs into the elevator. The alien follows and destroys the elevator doors. It tells the officer that he has come to free the controller, the leader of the rebel group on their planet. Guard suits up and goes to take out the alien. While engrossed in the fight, the alien retrieves Guard's blade and knocks him out. The officer uses ample opportunity to escape in a police vehicle. As the alien follows, causing the destruction of several lives and properties for the cause. Thunder reveals that the alien has come to break out the leader of the resistance, as he would free other prisoners. Guard chases the alien with his aircraft, but the alien had the advantage of deadly laser beams that took out Guard's aircraft. The alien eventually ends up stabbing the officer, releasing the controller out of the host. As Guard fights the alien, it gives him a tight grip and explodes, leaving him almost at the point of death. Thunder manages to resuscitate him. The controller comes out of the host, revealing its true form, leaving the host to float and follow its direction. Controller goes to the spaceship to activate the atmosphere of the planet on Earth. Guard manages to stop the process from happening as some fragments have already been released into the atmosphere, and it's killing people. People are running away from it. Ian was almost caught up in it, but Thunder puts her in the vehicle and sends her off. Back in time, Ian is in a prison with an invisible force field. It is obvious that Ian is stuck in the past, as the leader of the secret temple reminds her that they came together, and they need the spaceship, but Ian denies knowing its location. The next day, the guards of the secret temple are searching for the spaceship, and a few of them encounter Muric as he takes their clothes to disguise himself and journeys to the temple. They deliver the message of the findings of the spaceship to the leader, unknown to the leader that Muric has plans to steal the blade. He was sent to bring food for Ian, but when she reveals that she is from the future, he is in disbelief and throws her gun in front of her before going for the heist. She has been poisoned by the leader of the secret temple, and even the two sorcerers have been poisoned. They use a technique that makes them stay alive for a while. As Muric tries to steal the blade, he helps them out with the antidote, and also realizes that Ian's food was poisoned. He takes some of it to Ian, defeating the guards at different levels and eventually slipping it into her mouth. He is stabbed by the secret temple leader with his tentacles as he retrieves the blade from Muric's corpse. The order is for Ian to be buried and Muric to be thrown in the water. In the present, Thunder explains to Ian the workings of the blade. It is used for time travel and could be used to release prisoners. She touches the blade and sees her future self handling a gun. Thunder reveals that two prisoners broke out. A guard tells Ian that he killed her mother and took her baby because they needed to blend in with the humans. Ian, in tears, calls him a liar as he replies that a robot never lies. Ian tells the guard to send her back from where she came. She packs her things, along with guns and bullets in her bag. Thunder informs the guard that his life force is at 9% and he would not have enough ability to fight. Thunder takes Ian away, and while on the trip, Guard broadcasts a message that it was wrong to use humans as vessels for prisoners. Guard is now ready to take the battle to space to get rid of the prisoners, and might even die in the process. The controller and the two prisoners arrive at their spaceship with the guard waiting for them. The controller shoots a laser at the guard's chest, making him weak. Meanwhile, Thunder and Ian have a change of heart and go back to help Guard fight. They communicate, and the guard tells them that if the red eye of the ship is destroyed, the ship will collapse. Guard throws the blade to Thunder as he jumps to stab the heart. He is met with the two prisoners. Ian says that the plan is to trap them in the past. During the chase, Guard opens the portal as everyone enters. In the past, sorcerers are investigating the leader of the secret temple. They encounter dates of when the spaceship landed and witnesses who were present. One of them is Master Hyun and the two sorcerers. The scene switches to the vehicle falling out of the sky with the controller hooked to the back and then the two prisoners. This is 10 years earlier. The two sorcerers and Master Hyun are presently watching. He gives the young boy his weapon as he and the sorcerers go to check it out. The car crashes and almost falls over the edge of a cliff. Guard orders Thunder to take Ian back, but Thunder is worn out from the crash. As the controller kills Guard, Ian uses her gun to shoot while being pushed into the water. The young boy, to whom Master Hyun gave his bow and arrow, goes to save Ian from the river shores. She looks for the blade but can't find it. The young boy dives in and retrieves her bag. While searching, the little boy sees someone in a box. It is revealed to be Muric, who had escaped the river where he was earlier thrown into. Muric discovers that he was his young self and remembers where he had met Ian. As he swims to the surface, he feels magic flowing through his hands. Ian is being buried alive, but she shoots the soldiers and makes her way out. She immediately goes to face the leader of the secret temple and his accomplice, who are revealed to be the prisoners that had followed the controller to the past. As one of the prisoners is about to kill Ian, a sword conjured by Muric cuts its tentacles. The sorcerers trap the leader in a gigantic jar, leaving Muric to battle with the others. They defeat and kill the first prisoner, which gives rise to the second prisoner breaking out of the jar. Now that Ian possesses the blade, the second prisoner follows her to the water after she finishes off the first prisoner. The host tells Muric that he has something inside him. He immediately has a flashback of when he was in the forest with Ian. As he hears sounds, he goes to check and finds the controller, who is injured and decides to transfer to Muric as his host. The sorcerers solve the puzzle of Muric being the missing piece as he was present the day a vehicle fell from the sky. The movie ends with a question asked by the sorcerers. Should we kill him? Please like, subscribe, share your thoughts and see the next video if you enjoyed this one. Bye for now.